Hello, guys of United Rock Nations. We are in amazing company with Noel of Cobra Spell. How are you?
Hello, very well. And you? Thank you so much for having me.
We are here, of course, to talk about the new album and the first album of Cobra Spell. Um, After two EPs, finally, you have a full-length album. It's ready to be released. What is your feeling about this first album?
Well, I'm very much excited about it. I think this album is encapsulating a lot of what we see in the 80s music, in the hard rock and the heavy metal. And I think for everybody who loves good old heavy rock and old school bands and old school sound, we really feel nostalgic about it. I think even if you didn't live in that decade like me, I was
Absolutely.
yes, I didn't live in the 80s, but it still gave this sort of nostalgic feeling to it. It's almost like you're longing for, damn, I wish I was there back then, you know?
As you said, you don't live on this decade of the 80s,
Yeah.
but you play
Yes.
80s hard rock, heavy metal music. So, what is your inspiration about? What is your influences as a guitarist? Do you pick some influences from the guitarists of that time or not?
Absolutely. When I started to play the guitar back in 2009, I was super a fan of traditional heavy metal. I was really much into Iron Maiden,
Yes.
Motorhead, Girl School. Oh my God. And it was super inspiring to see the old school 80s metal being super aggressive and big and melodic. And I got so much inspiration from back then. And now that so many years after, like in my guitar journey, I played many different styles in the heavy genre, but to play again, like a style that is so nostalgic and so introductory for me as a guitarist is really special. I feel like, wow, playing this is almost like I am making a dream from younger Noelle to come true. So it's pretty exciting to be in this band.
And do you have one specific guitarist that inspired you or not?
Well, I have many. In the beginning, I drew a lot of inspiration from Adrian Smith. Of course, Iron Maiden is super big
Absolutely.
for me. Dave Murray, Kirk Hammett is a big influence for me. I think
Okay.
forever will be. Zach Wilde as well. Dimebag, Darrell. There are so many musicians that, in a way, influenced me and in bringing back this old school influences to my playing to be able to join forces with Sonia and with the girls and bring back this style is super fun.
But you play the rhythm guitar on Cobra Spell, uh,
Yes.
but
Yes and no. Right now we're slowly dividing the leads a bit better. Sonia was really excited when she knew that I also would love to play solos, and we started with some songs. I think maybe half of the songs or most of the songs I have solos on them in this album. So it's pretty fun because my style is a little bit different from Sonia's, but still heavy, more rock and roll, I think, more bluesy. And I really like the wah wah. I think Kirk
oh
Hammett
yeah,
did a good job with that for me. I love the wah wah. I love guitar players who use effects on the guitar, like Tom Morello as well.
oh
Um,
yes.
and I got super inspired and I told Sonia, well, I would love to play some wah wah. What do you think? And she was like, yeah, go for it. So in this album, I could play in some songs, some wah wah solos, and it's super fun because it's something extra to bring to the sound of the
Right,
band. Yeah.
fantastic. So we know that you had your own personal band, Nungara.
Yes.
Is that
Exactly.
okay? But you have also a new release, Reflections in Stillness, exactly.
Yes.
So how did you decide to switch from Nungara to Cobra Spell?
I didn't switch. I feel like as a musician is really inspiring and really for me it's almost like necessary to be able to express myself creatively in different ways. And this is something about metal that is super cool that there are so many subgenres and so many different ways that you can play your instrument and that you can be heavy and you can be, powerful. I started. Funny fact is that I started Nungara on the same year. Sonia started Cobra Spell. I started in 2019, and she also started Cobra Spell in 2019. But later, I joined Cobra Spell last year, so 2022. It's when I joined the band, and for me, it's really fun because I can play something way more easygoing and party like and fun on stage with Cobra Spell and have fun with the girls and headbang and have this like old school energy. And with Nungara, I am exploring for the first time myself as a front woman in a band, and I'm playing like more heavier and more serious and more darker stuff with them. And for me, super fun because I can have both. I can play different styles, and I think for the fan, they might not be really be into Nungara, but really like Oberspell or the other way around. So I
Yes.
think there's a little bit for everybody. Yeah.
Fantastic. So tell us more about the Cobra Spell and the writing sessions. Who bring the main ideas on the band? Is it a collective effort, or is just Sonia that brings the main ideas? Tell us more about that.
Sonia brings the main ideas for the compositions because she really has this vision. It's been a dream for her since childhood to be like the shock rock band with Cobra Spell and bring back the 80s and the Kiss style of playing, of like delivering a super spectacle of a show. And of course, we are super inspired and we all have this inside of us as well. We absolutely love the genre and the idea behind it. But since she's really the founder and then creative vision of the band, it's super natural for her to bring those ideas. But she's been opening up for us to collaborate. So in this album, we started working together because, as I said, I joined last year, and but still we still could work together in some songs. I wrote some solos for songs, and also she let me, and also the girls who were interested, to write lyrics together with her. So
Oh,
yeah, that was super fun. It was something new for me. We just like had multiple because we don't live at the same place. We had multiple Zoom calls, Skype calls, where we would just sit down and talk about our lives and basically get to know each other and our past experiences and translate those things into music, into what we wanted to say in this album. So I was really happy to collaborate with lyrics. And also, there was one song that me and Sonia we created the music together, which is Love Crime. I was super happy because this song is like fast and it's like heavy metal, it's like Judas Priest type of vibe that I absolutely love. So we jammed together as best as we could on Skype, and also we wrote the lyrics for that, wrote solos, and yeah, that was a good one.
I understand that you have a rehearsal together to write the songs or to record the album. Do you recorded all in the same studio or not?
Yes, we recorded in Madrid at PKO Studios with the guys from Comeback Studio. So um, I had, of course, to travel there to record. I was not there for the whole process because it's quite complicated to be there for a long time. So I stayed there, I think, for 4 or 5 days, and I recorded my solos. I helped a lot with backing vocals. As you can hear in the album, there are a lot of backing vocals in this album,
Absolutely,
which is
absolutely.
something that I love. I think it brings the songs to life, having like this wall of sound and like very strong core going on. and we needed people for that. So and when we were in the studio, I was there as well for lots of the backing vocals. We had a little bit of a crew for the backing vocals to happen. So I think I did solos for maybe 1.5 days, and backing vocals for maybe 2 or 3 days. But yeah, unfortunately I wasn't there for the whole recording of the album, but I really hope so for next time. That would be super cool.
Okay. So tell us more about you just talked just before about the lyrics.
Hmm.
Um, Tell us more about the main topics uh, Cobra Spell talks in the lyrics of the new songs.
Um, so this album I feel like is pretty how can I say this? Like rebellious in a way, and a very feminine in a way too, and powerful. So I feel like the lyrics, they translate this whole concept and idea that we had in mind. It talks about feminine empowerment, and also sexual expression as a woman. It's something that's still quite tricky. If you dress in a certain way, or if you
Mm,
talk about certain topics, people a lot of the times will still um, degrade you or look you in a way that
absolutely,
is
I
not
understand.
very respectful, or they won't take you seriously. And I think with the songs, we wanted to talk all about this stuff. We wanted to be the rock stars, and why not? We cannot talk about certain things. So it's really like a rebellious album. We also touch in some issues like rebellion against organized religion and doctrines that are against freedom of expression, and a life of empowerment, and being free to be creative. And we also have support of LGBTQ, and we talk about love and freedom of love. It's something that we believe, and we take it very close to our hearts. So this album is really meaningful, and I feel as a woman playing rock, it's almost like a bold, edgy statement of like, hey, we can do this too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So let's talk about the artwork of the album. There's a lot of symbols: snake, chains, blood, sexy girls. Tell us more about the artwork cover and the meaning of the title of the new album, also 666. What is
Yes.
the link between all the things?
Um, the artwork was done by the artist Isabella Stabile, and we worked together with her, showing her the vision. As I was saying, like we really wanted something very feminine and powerful. So you see the cobra, and the whole concept we have was the woman is being enchanted, or there's a cobra casting a spell over her, and she is empowered by this. Is in control, and she is in a way on top of the devil, and she is um how can I say, in control of the devil. So basically is about female empowerment. And I feel like using this whole satanic imagery is like, oh, so dark and evil, but I think many bands did it before, and
Absolutely,
I feel
absolutely.
it's the fun of it. It's that Satan is viewed as well as the opposer of like the enemy, or as the rebellious character that has their own free will and own free mind, or and way of thinking. So we wanted it to be um, a representation, of course, of female empowerment and control over our lives, our decisions, our bodies, our choices. And using this imagery is very impactful, and this is exactly what we want. We want to cause a bit of a fuss, but the message behind it is truly meaningful, and very much necessary in a way. Yes.
Great. So let's talk about some songs of the album. I selected two songs that I want to talk about. The first one is Love Equal Love. Um, it's a different song from the others, and it sounds like a hit. That's my opinion, but I don't know if you agree with that. Tell us more about that song, Love Equal Love. I love a lot that song.
Yes, this song, oh my God, it was so much fun to write. I read the lyrics together as well, with Sonia, and we really wanted to talk about love in a very open and free way. Um, because we truly believe that love is something that you cannot control, you cannot put a box, you cannot label in any way. And it's really sad that we go and we see still in the world, like we have to fight over something that is so silly to be fighting over, and to be judging people because of the way they love or how they love. And we wanted to talk about, like, have a song that would really encapsulate this feeling that we have, and to send our hearts out for people who unfortunately cannot still be free. And it's sad because in a way we feel almost like we are responsible. Since we have a voice, we can be vocal about this, and we can be a big statement for the people who cannot. um so in our community and in our band, we have people who are also in the rainbow community. So it's really fun for us, and very empowering to bring this to the music as well. And the song started with synthesizers, with
Ah,
Sonia playing around with it, and then it grew to be something heavier and with guitar sound and beautiful vocals. I think Chris did such an amazing job with singing in this song. It like gives me goosebumps. I absolutely love it. And I think the coolest thing was the very spontaneous idea that Sonia had together with our producer Alejandro Gabaza to add a saxophone solo to the song. It was something decided on the spot at the studio, and I felt it was perfect, because the song is very emotional, and bringing this very like sensitive and emotional sound of the saxophone to the song. And also he did it in an improvisational way, in the studio on the spot. I felt it was like the cherry on top. It was so great. I love this song.
and it's not usual to have saxophone on a metal song.
Yes, exactly. But it was something that was present in the ballads of the 80s. So I feel like we're still very much in context, and it matches really well. But yeah, as you said, I feel it's something like, oh, I was not expecting this. And I love
Exactly,
this. Exactly.
absolutely. So of course I want to talk about Sex, the song, or it was also the first single. How it was the experience to film the video, because it's very hot.
Well, it's really, really hot. It was really interesting. We were at a venue here in Berlin, and when you get in the venue, it's super underground. You wouldn't really say, "Okay, this is a perfect location for a video," but but our crew did such an amazing job. The video crew, they really transformed the place. They did it like a very much 80s look with the
Exactly.
different colors and the lights and the LED lights, the neon lights. It looked amazing. And we had a whole crew of dancers with us, that we could bring in, and they were dancing for hours. The girls were absolutely amazing, and they were so beautiful and so hot. I felt like any of them could be in the band, you know. So we played a lot around this kind of sexy vibes, and also Chris, as you see in the beginning of the scene, Chris starts out laying down surrounded by girls, and then the girls are dancing, and then there's a pole dance as well. And absolutely love that. And I feel like for my part, and in contrast to that, you see me in white, and
Exactly.
I have this chair in red with the petals on the floor. So the idea, the initial idea for this song was to each of us in a way to bring a bit of um of what love and sex represents to us, and maybe translate it in a visual way. So I was like, huh, that would be a nice opportunity to use a little bit more of like the seduction and loving side of sex, because I already knew the girls would be like all in leather and with lots of girls.
Mm.
So I thought it was a very nice addition, and I had in mind for my part Like a Virgin from Madonna. I felt like that song and that music video and everything that Madonna brought in the 80s was
Exactly.
something very shocking as well, to see a woman talking about um of course sex before marriage, because if you're talking like a virgin is like,
Uh,
well, you're not a virgin anymore. So it was something like very shocking, and I was like, that's so fitting. I think there's something there. Maybe we could do something like with me in white and with the petals and the lights. So it was something very like thought about. When you see a video like that, in the surface look, wow, just like sexiness going on, but we put a lot of thought in our hearts into it, and I think he made it super special.
so it took one day to film.
SEX, yes. Actually, the girls for our videos, the three videos we filmed, they were all done here in Berlin. So the girls came all to Berlin and they stayed around here in my house. It was so much fun. I think we filmed the three videos, yes, in 2 days. I think
Okay.
SEX was on the second day, and the other two were recorded on the first and a little bit on the other day. Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about touring, because when a band record an album, of course, you have to tour and to play live. But at the moment, when I take a look at your site, there's only a tour announced in Spain in April.
Yes.
But do you plan to play all over Europe? Because we are in France, there is UK, Germany. So what are your plans about touring next year?
Absolutely. There's, of course, this Spanish tour already set. So we're super excited for that. And we are already planning and talking about with our booker for a tour in Europe for next year. We absolutely want to play as many shows as we can with this album. We love playing live. I think this is when everything comes to life, and we are preparing a hell of a show for everybody. We're gonna have a whole different set list and different looking stage. We are already planning about our visuals on stage and how it's gonna look like. So yeah, we're very excited about it, and I hope we play in France.
Why not? So at the moment, you don't have any confirmations about
No, not yet, but yes, hashtag soon.
and some festivals? No.
Yes, of course, it's in our plans to play also summer festivals, and we'll be absolutely up for that. Yes.
Yeah. So thank you very much for all these informations about the new album. It's a really great album. We love a lot this new album. So thank you very much.
Merci de me recevoir.
we hope you the best, of course,
Thank you.
for this new album, and hope you to see you very soon here in France.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good one. All right, United Rock Nations, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoy our new album, 666.
Thank you very
Bye.
much, and hope you to see you very soon in France for a concert.
Thanks a lot, Mark. Have a good
Thank
one.
you. Bye.
Bye.